Clark Cup final bound 3 times in 6 seasons after winning Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Final against the Bloomington Thunder. The best time of the year, the most exciting time of the year, it's now. And it all starts this weekend as the Dubuque Fighting Saints are taking on the Tri-City Storm, the Western Conference's #1 seed in the Clark Cup final. Hi everyone, Jordan Coons with you on Fighting Saints Weekly as we look at the series that was a 5-game win over the Bloomington Thunder. It was not easy by any stretch of the imagination. It had its share of twists and turns, each team alternating wins and losses to each game, and I guess in the grand scheme of things, it came back around to the win, and so that's why the Fighting Saints won. It's actually not, but that, you know, if you're a believer in that, that's exactly why. Hunter Miska picked up the shutout in Game 5. That was a resurgent win for him and the team, only allowing 6 shots on goal in the third period, a period in which it was Bloomington's hour of need. An incredible defensive showing. Head coach Jason Lammers absolutely impressed with the way the team pressed the issue late in the game and picked up the series win. 3 times in 6 seasons, the Fighting Saints are headed to the Clark Cup final. This is big, and we want you here. It all starts here this weekend. We'll get to the details on that in just a sec. But take a look back at the highlights that was, especially Game 5. You're going to want to see that, including a milestone. It took 124 games for a certain somebody to get their first goal. You'll just have to see it to believe it. So what's next, you may ask? The Clark Cup final, a chance to win the USHL's coveted prize for the first time since the 2012-2013 season. The last time the Eastern Conference Final went 5 games, that was when the Fighting Saints won the Clark Cup back in 12-13. Only one representative remains in the USHL in terms of who won the Cup. Between the two teams, Keegan Ford, of course, the leading scorer in these playoffs. He's a guy to look for in this series against the Tri-City Storm. They're famous for losing 17 games in overtime this season. Very top-heavy offensively. Not to say that's a bad thing. They have a guy named Carson Meyer, whose 11 points here in the postseason have been very threatening. Him, along with Nico Sturm and Jake Wallen, have been an outstanding a forward up on the top that really definitely kind of presses the issue, so to speak, offensively. And they also have a really talented defenseman by the name of Matthias Goranson, who, oh boy, he's very good. He's a guy that controls the tempo of the game, just a handful of assists here in this postseason, but he's a guy to look out for. Tri-City will start the series here in Dubuque for games 1 and 2. The reason for that is that the Saints had a lot more points than Tri-City did during the regular season, a virtue of winning 2 points, right? Interestingly, of course, it all starts here, which means games 3 and 4 will be down in Tri-City. But we want to sell this place out, and we want you here because this is the most exciting time of the season. Tickets are available 563-583-6880 or online at DubuqueFightingSaints.com, and you bet we're going to have you covered on air. If you can't make it, Super Hits 106.1 FM or online SuperHits106.com. We're looking forward to it. We can't wait for it to start, and it's just right around the corner. That's when it all starts. We'll see you here as we get the celebration started.